Welcome to my next video. I'm still staying in the vein of fretwork projects. This is not what you consider, or at least I don't consider traditional fretwork, but they call it fretwork. It's called Howling Wolf. It comes from Scrollsaw Woodworking and Crafts magazine, issue number 92. I'll write that down in the description if anybody has it and want to try this. I don't do a lot of projects like this. I like them. It's unusual cutting. It's not a lot of repetition there. But anyway, what I've got here is some material I got in a seconds package, and it's Purple Heart. And it's actually 3/16, a little larger than a quarter, than an eighth, but less than a quarter. Don't really like using a darker wood like that where you have veins, but I think it'll be okay. And another thing about these kind of projects, you got to do something to make a presentation on them. You got to mount them on something or frame them or both. At least I think you do to really make them look good. But I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that once I get it cut out. I've got some other thin material I can mount it on. This has also got a cup, as you can see. And it's got a warp. It's warped. I've cut it down. It was worse when it was a longer board. It was much worse. But I think it's going to be okay cutting it. And once I mount it, I'll pull it out. It was bowed when I got it. And I've only had it like a little over a week. And it got worse in my shop. But actually, it was pretty level when I first pulled it out of the box. It was just packed in pretty tight. I did notice it had a little bit of a cup in it, but I believe I can work with that and make that come out okay. And I got a lot of big areas to cut out. It'll be easy to flatten out, I believe. Like I said, I'm gonna put it on the backing board probably. I'm not sure what yet, but I got a few holes on this to drill. I got to get back over to my drill and drill those, and then I'm gonna get to the saw. Probably cut this with a 3. Maybe a 5, depends on how it cuts. It's a fairly dense wood. Look at those holes drilled, get it to the saw with a new blade and start cutting it out. Okay, so I got it finished. We'll call that finished product as far as this video is concerned. I know it's a big jump to go from my last cut to a finished product, but my cameraman is a tripod and it doesn't have enough sense to know when the camera's turned on or not, so I missed some stuff there in between that I didn't get on camera. But I'll tell you what I did. What I got here is yellow heart. This is purple heart. I got this yellow heart, and I glued this to the yellow heart and cut around the outside of it. There's just a few things I did in this project that's against my rules, and I wasn't paying attention. One of the rules is these are considered peninsulas. They're sticking up. These trees are peninsulas. Anything that sticks up, pointy or long and straight, is a peninsula. And I always try to make the final cut on a peninsula at the base, not at the top. And I wasn't paying attention. I came around this one, and I was coming out to the top to finish the cut, and the grains were in the wrong way. It'd be real easy to break that with that saw grabbing that. But I managed to finish that and paid a little extra attention on the rest of them, make sure I didn't get in that situation again. Also, you may notice as I cut chunks of this out instead of cutting the whole piece and lifting it all out. Because again, it gets a little sideways or gets cocked a little bit in there. It can break these peninsulas out as you bring it out. So I bring that out in small pieces. And the second thing I did is I removed the pattern too soon. I was wanting to get a contrast between this and the wood I was going to mount it on, so I pulled the pattern off. Now, then I forgot I wanted to use the outline of the pattern to cut the outer side. Plus, this really needed to be glued to the wood before I removed the pattern, because I broke the tree right there trying to remove the pattern. That tape's pretty sticky, and again, the grain's going the wrong way. Also broke it right here. You're able to fix it because you're putting it on a backing board like that. But if you glue it on first, then it's not as big a problem. And then I had to re-scan my pattern and put it on there to get the outline, make sure I had it lined out right. I think I got it all to work. I made a lot of stupid boners in this one, but I made the product come out. So I hope you like that. I cut it all with the number. I used a number 5 because it's what I had in the saw when I got started. I had a fresh one, and I cut it till I wore it out, and then I went to number 3, and I finished most of these cuts, especially the smaller ones, with a number 3. It's pretty dense wood, but it cut pretty nicely. So if you like that, hit the like button. Got any comments? I'd be glad to hear them. Any questions? I'd be glad to answer them. Don't know what I've got several projects lined out. I don't know which one I'm going to do next. I'm still working on the owl pattern. But anyway, we'll see what I got. May have one up before the end of this week. I don't know, it's still kind of early in the week. This one went pretty fast, and I really like the way it looks. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.